Hello YouTube, welcome to a brand new series of Timber and Stone, brought to you by Bagra. Now, Timber and Stone is a game that I have come to become very fond of, very fun. The premise is that you start out with 8 people, and you have to build a town. You have to help them survive by growing food, providing defense, building walls for defense if you want to, and different stuff. It's recently got an update. I was actually going to do a video on this while the last one was out. However, since this one was close to coming out, when I decided I wanted to do a series on it, I decided to wait. So I give you the updated version of it. So a lot of updates on this one. If you have played the other one, you haven't played this one yet, you got the Fog of War. The enemy AI is supposed to be a lot better. It's supposed to have gotten overhauled, so along with their toughness being a lot harder. When Tombstone first started out, it was ridiculously hard. And then it got to a point where they scaled it down some, and it became pretty easy to survive. My last time I played it, I only lost one person to battle. The other people I lost were migrants coming in that just got caught by the enemy, and there was nothing I could do about it. So at that point, I didn't have the military might to go out there and patrol the streets. However, it's supposed to be harder now, so we are going to start. First thing I'd like to start doing is look at seeds and see what we get. Alright, so we only got 2. We got turnip and flax. Our people are going to be eating a lot of damn turnips. But we got flaxseed, which is good because flaxseed can be turned into cloth, which we can use to make some basic defense for our guys. So that's going to be really good. And that also gives us something to sell. So the next thing I like to do is just jump to the first unit. Alright, so, oh, wait. So, these are the various professions you can have. Archer and infantry are your fighters, as you expect. Blacksmith is going to make most of your gear. The tailor makes some of it too. She'll only make light armor and stuff. He'll make weapons and heavy armor. I think he has a couple of light armors he makes. Carpenter is going to make all your wooden stuff. Engineer is going to make like your training dummies, your doors, a ballista, stuff like that. Farmers are going to farm. Fishermen are going to fish. We're on a map without water, so they're useless for us. Your forager is going to go out and gather stuff. Herder is going to get food and wool and animal fiber, stuff like that from animals. Miner is going to mine. Stonemason is going to make most of your tools and all your bricks. Taylor, we went over that. Trader's gonna be how we trade with the merchants, and Woodchop's gonna chop down wood. So the first thing I like to do is get my food set straight. So you got 5 ways to gain food. One is trading. Highly inefficient. If you're doing that, then you're in trouble, and you need to really look at more sustainable ways or putting more people on it. Herder's nets is the least profitabilities. I feel you just it always has seemed to me like kind of food is a byproduct of what they're doing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Fishermen, I would put up nets. It's sustainable. It's easy to do. Good food source if you have ocean, and a good reason to create your map by an ocean so you can take advantage of that. Forager is the best early game food you're going to find. They gather berries. They can gather from animals, which means they can go out and kill sheep, chicken, and boars. They also are how you loot the dead, so you loot the enemies. They can also loot your own people to get the gear back when they die. And then farmer, the most inefficient one in the beginning. However, later on they become the best because they don't have to go outside of your settlement, so they're in less danger, especially now with tougher enemies and the fog of war and all. And they end up just producing a good bit of food. We're going to jump to this first guy, and what I want to look at is traits. So he's a quick learner. I like quick learners to be farmers in the beginning. So we want to look at he's pretty good at anything, but not good at farming. But he's going to be a farmer. All right, that's just how I do it. So we're going to cycle through. He's a farmer. So let's see. All right, so she's a quick learner. She's charismatic. Right now she's a stonemason. She's our second farmer. All right, so we had him as a farmer. We don't want him to be that. So what do we want him to be? Actually, he's gonna be a wood chopper. Yeah, he'll be a wood chopper for right now. What's he good at? Stonemason, no. Alright, so we're going to skip over him. Archer, we don't need archers. We're going to skip over him. Trader, forager. So we'll keep him as our lazy. Lazy people. You know what? He's level 3. Here's stay our forager for now. He may end up dying. Alright, so alright. Now the reason I did that was I just wanted to look, we need it for our stonemason and carpenter. So, he's a level 2 carpenter. We'll put him there. Level 3 stonemason, so we'll go there. Trader. We already got wood chopper, so where is he at? 3 at mining. Here go there. Here's stay forager, blacksmith. Blacksmith will be important in the future, but not for right now. So he's going to be another miner. So many miners in here. So I like take one last kind of look. Make sure I get all my primary stuff done. So got carpenter. Oh, actually. Alright, he's going to be a carpenter, and he's going to be a miner. It was not a blacksmith, was he? Yeah, he's going to be a miner, because he's going to be a blacksmith later. Alright, good. Next thing I like to do, and I just jumped to the first one. That way, I don't have to worry about it, like, skipping people, and it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Alright, let's jump to him again. Let's go to this one. Alright, so you got this. Sorry about that, guys. I hit the wrong button. Alright, so Wade and Harwada, we don't have a haul. Chop nearest for our wood chopper. We want him to always be getting some wood. Is he under level 3? I don't think he was. No, he's level 3. What that basically does, if they're under level 3, they're trained. I don't know if he uses resources or not, but it's a quick way to get your people up, because level 3 is kind of where they start being able to create useful stuff. Okay, him. We'll have him to harvest wild wheat, dispose of dead, loot dead, and gather berries. That's it. Is he over level 3? Yes. And you can do that with the entry guys, so you can have them training as stuff. So, before we start, I want to get rid of some of these trees, because I don't like to have it basically covering up my settlement like this. And I eventually want to expand out this way, so they'll have to come down as it is. Did I get this one? Yeah. So we got those trees. Let's go ahead and take down this little grove too. Alright, take down a little grove. So next is our farms. So we got flats and turnip. We will start our farms over here. We're just going to do 5x5 for right now. So we're going to have 2 5x5 farms. We'll see how that does us. Alright, so we started playing. And then we want to do some mining. I kind of picked this spot on the map because there was this big stone thing right here. So we want to take that. And then we want them to get some dirt as well, because we're going to need it. So we're going to take that dirt. Alright, so how you build everything here is in here. So we want to build workshops. I don't know if the artisan workshop has... It used to be that it didn't really do anything. I don't know if they changed that or not. We will see, I guess. So you see, I want to build stuff down here. It's all up in the way. But there, take that down. Stone forge, we need that. So kind of what these do, the artisan work. But like I said, I don't know if they added stuff that this needs to create or not. Workbench is going to be used by your carpenter and stonemasons to create stuff. I'm only doing one because as you see there's 2 sides. I've got 2 of them, so I don't need more of that. Stone forge is going to be used by your stonemasons and your blacksmiths. Stone anvil is going, I believe it's only used by your blacksmith. Loom is used by the tailor. Feeding trough by the the herder. Tanning rack by your tailor, and timbering bench is used by your carpenter to create timber. So they're going to create those stuff. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to start maintaining stuff in inventory. So we're going to go down to hand tools. Actually, we want to process. I want to go ahead and track coins. I want to know how many coins I have. So it's a good idea to keep some of this stuff on hand. We're going to start with 2, and we're basically going to keep 2 of everything. We're not hurting right now, but I still want them to have 2 of them in the wagon, so when we start, we will. We have 2 of those, 2 stone picks, 2 stone axes, and all this is telling them is if the inventory drops below 2, make more. We don't need fishing rods, we don't have water. And there. So they're keep that. We're not going to keep a sharp knife in stock right now. We just don't need it. Weapons, clubs. We want them to keep 10 clubs in stock at all times. 2 reasons. First of all, and we are going to jump to this guy. We're going to choose inventory, and everybody is going to maintain a club in inventory, and that's going to be for the city defense. How I do is I sort of start upgrading it. So I get an infantry guy, and I'll give him a sword on. And then once I can dependably make swords, then everybody will get a sword. And I'll kind of do it along those lines. The only time it gets really bad is when you get upgraded swords. The first person that can grab it will grab it. So if we click on this, we'll see that we don't have dirt to make it, but that's okay. Because after they get done with this, they'll make it. Now, we got some ores here. Every ore takes a certain level to mine. I don't know the exact levels. But basically, if they go up to mine it and they can't, they'll tell you, I'm too low of a level to mine this out. So I'm sorry for the pickaxe noises if that's coming through. I'll cut it down next video, but I tried to record the last video and it crashed the system. Let me just try to do a sound. It basically crashed the system and it stopped recording. And I lost the whole video because of it and had to restart. But I probably had a better setup too, so I had more seeds. So where's my other farmer? Okay, get in the hole. So this cart can hold some of every resource. However, we're going to start running out of stuff. And the first thing we're going to run out of is tools. That's generally in the beginning the first thing you run out of. So we're going to put a tool chest right here. We also want to put a masonry because we're going to run out of that too. So we're going to put this over here. And the primary reason for putting it over here is I'm going to eventually mine this whole little hill out. So it'll be a lot closer for them to take it to it. So you see how they skipped this one? That's because they're not high level enough to mine it. So they're not going to mine that one or that one. I believe that maybe coal's the lower level. I think it goes like coal, tin, iron, and coal, tin, copper, iron, I think. Not quite sure on that. Not quite sure. But I think it goes that way. So, as you see, you can see them holding the plots now, planting stuff. Take it away, you don't see it. You guys tell me if you mind having the designations on. Normally I keep them on because I like having them on. I really do. They, bring a warm, soft, fuzzy feeling to me when I can see where everything is being put. But I won't now. Now, when you see yellow, it means that something is getting close to filling up, and our tools are. We're 4 away. But we need timber. So why don't we have timber? Because we need to tell it. So, we're going to maintain 40 timber at all times. And this is actually something we're going to mark to sell eventually. Same thing for weapons. So, if you mark down here, you can choose to sell it, choose to buy it, or choose to track it. And that's kind of is there so that you can trade the merchant. Now, we're not trading with the merchants yet, but we will. All right, so what did we have? Flats and turnip. The other thing I like to track in the beginning, at least, is my seeds. Because we are going to sell them because they are pretty damn profitable once you can start getting a lot of them up. Alrighty, so the beginning of this game is a little bit slow. We're just kind of going to wait for these guys to do their thing. We're actually going to send him over here. I'm going to speed it up. And the reason I'm sending over there is I want him to start getting dirt. So that they can finish off some of these things. Actually, they should be able to do the timber. Let me check. Level 2. Yeah, okay. So as you see, he's starting to do the timber. Now, You can choose how to light this. We're going to choose wood because that's all we got right now. So we use 4 of our wood. We got our tool chest here. And you see the yellow's gone. Now right now we got 40 because this cart provides 40 for all things. So we're not going to get rid of it anytime soon, really. Eventually we will. Oh, the other thing we want to make is cloth. And if you got more than one thing, you have this here, right? So we want to make it out of twine. We want them to keep 10 cloth around as much as they can. And the reason, now you can do this in multiple things, and it will make it out of those things, and it will try to get, it won't get 10 of each, it'll try to get 10 overall. Now I don't know if it has an order of precedence or not, so you have to be careful. Oh, level 4 miner. Now the maximum level is 20, so I want them to do some more mining. See, I missed a spot over here. That's okay. They can mine 2 up. So they can still get down there, still be able to get that. It's going to annoy me, though, if I have a block just sticking there, though. It really is. That really will just grate on my nerves. And you see you got progress bars whenever they're doing something to tell you how close they are. What are we looking like on clubs? 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we got a few clubs, but I think that's what he's making. You can see a little icon to show you what they're making. Clubs are also a good way to get level ups. If you get somebody low level and you want them to be able to create something useful instead of just training, you can just query up a whole ton of clubs and then sell them off later. So I'm going to make our hall. Where am I gonna make it? Now we're gonna have a small hall to start out with, and we're going to actually gonna put it right. We want to put it there. The reason I'm worrying about the placement of it is because we had to have roads running. So I need room to run roads. I actually should have placed these farms over here. Derp, derp. Okay, so we're going to put it here. Oh, too close to the timbering bench. We'll put it right down here. Yeah. So we're going to put it right down there. Now, I'm not going to do the roads on camera. And the reason is it takes a long time to go. Actually, no. I'm going to cancel it. How do I cancel it? I don't want to do it right now. Oh. I cannot remember how to cancel it. I always do this. When I first play the game, I forget how to cancel anything. Well, it'll be fine. So that'll be our haul. So we may get traders and stuff in now, but if we get them in, they won't be able to come in, and that always kind of annoys me whenever I'm playing because I hate to miss out on a new migrant or a trader. Now, given right now we don't have anything to trade, but the thing about trader to keep in mind is even if you don't have anything to trade, them failing at a trade will still give them a level up. It'll still give them a level up. So even if you're not going to trade anything, it's still useful to have traders coming and have that one person that can jump in there and get their levels up. And you see the carpenter and, well, actually the carpenter and the stonemason I find in the beginning gets the levels up faster. And the reason is, if you look at these hand tools. So let's look at tongs. See, stonemason. All this stuff is by the stonemason. So your stonemason ends up getting really high level in the beginning. Now later on, once we move to the others, then it transfers where the blacksmith creates them. But in the beginning, the stonemason are just get a lot of levels. So we're at red. What that means is we have ran out of room for something. And we're not able to collect anymore. So we've ran out of wood. So what I like to do with my wood stockpiles is don't place your wood stockpiles all in one area. Instead, take and dot them around. So we got a forest over here. So we're going to put a wood pile over there. And what that means is when she stops now woods in this area, instead of having to go all the way back to the cart or to our stockpiles here to put the stuff in there, she'll be able to just come to this one, drop the wood there. And as we need more stockpiles, we'll start dropping the wood stockpiles around, and keep doing that to kind of make it a bit easier on her. What level is she at now? Level 4. Alrighty, or he. That's a he. Nibble. Wow, there's actually a decent amount. And see, there's coal. It's a decent amount of little resources are not going to be able to go, but that's alright because we'll have them start hitting this one next. Then we can even move up here and start hitting that one. And the only reason for that is I don't want to get these more than too high because then they won't be able to mine them without me building like scaffolding. Plus, it's going to normally, oh shoot, scroll down a little. It's going to normally enough to have blocks on the ground. So kind of in the beginning of the game, it's going to be very slow as they're just doing stuff like this. Now we're not going, as you see, we don't have any seeds coming up because as they get the seeds, they're planting them. But if we look at the inventory, they're not collecting anything yet. No. But you can look, and when they collect something, you actually collect it. It'll show like them getting seeds in their inventory, and then them getting the food, and then the seeds will be put in there. Actually, the other thing I want to track is food. So we're doing good with these guys on food. We got more than we started with, mostly because of forager. Like I said, these guys aren't become profitable for a little while. And as you see, I'm not even going to have seeds to sell until they fill all of this in. Up until then, they're just going to replant. But hopefully they can get a good many seeds out of their harvesting. Like you see, just harvested something. We check our inventory. We got 2 turnip seeds. Didn't get any food from that. I think it has to do with their level. That like the higher level they are, the more food they get or something like that. I'm not sure. Check her. So you got, you see, so it's got 6 flat seed, but she only harvested, took up 3 things. 8 after that 1. So now she's going to be able to plant those 8 and get it a little more filled up. Yeah. So this is kind of the beginning of the game, guys. We're not going to build a whole lot of defense right now. We're just basically going to be slowly building our population up. So I will start some of the roads here and show you guys how it goes, but most of it will be finished off camera. So the first, so we're just going to do this road going out here. Now here's why roads are annoying. So never create a one-wide road. I'll tell you that straight up. You never want to do that. And the reason being is, all right, so, well, I guess that's what my road's going to be. The reason is that if you create it one wide, and then let's say somebody's walking one way on the road, then what'll happen is nobody will be able to come up that road until that person gets done using it. So never create them one wide. I normally like to do 4. I don't know why I'm 4. I just like the idea of a 4 wide road. Now the really annoying thing about roads is, especially when you have uneven terrain like this, then you pretty much, you can't just drag the whole road. Because if you do, it won't all go. Like you see there, because there's empty space there. Alright, I will look up between videos how to cancel stuff. As I said, I always forget whenever I pick the game up again. I don't know why. I think I'm a smart person, but I forget. And I don't know why. Wow, they're gonna. So if you heard that in the background, that is my timer telling me that it is time for us to cut off game. But basically, that's how you do the road. So we'll have a road going all the way to that edge of a map. We'll probably cut into it right here. Go to that edge, come down, go to the other edge. And then for the one going over there, that'll just run through here and go to that edge of the map. And then we'll be able to get traders and new migrants in. Getting migrants is dependent on food. Gotta have enough food to support them. As you see, if I cut off that, our farm is coming along. Even our turnip farm. So guys, I'll see you next episode. The only thing I'm really going to do between episodes is build a road and let them keep mining. I eventually fill that in, but not right now. So our first animal, as you see this little guy, if you click on that, then your herder will go out and domesticate that guy. Yeah. Not right now. Oh, we're not even high enough level to get this coal. But yeah, so I'll see you guys. I'm aiming to put episodes out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to see if my schedule allows it. Hopefully it does. If it does, then we'll have 3 episodes a week out. So with that, guys, I'm out. So